Listen to me right now, because this is serious. There are wheat penny 1-cent coins hiding in plain sight that people are spending every single day, and some of them are silent fortunes worth big bags of dollars. I'm not exaggerating. I'm talking about dangerous hidden treasure, quiet wealth that slips through fingers without anyone realizing it. These are coins people toss into jars, feed into vending machines, or hand back as change, not knowing they're accidentally giving away life-changing opportunity. And the scariest part? These coins look ordinary. They don't scream money, they whisper it. In this video, I'm revealing the top 5 most valuable wheat pennies ever found in circulation, and each one gets bigger, rarer, and more shocking as we go. The first coin is already serious money, but what's waiting at the end is on another level entirely. Do not spend these coins. Do not ignore what you're about to see. Stay with me till the end, because one small detail could mean the difference between pocket change and hidden wealth. This is not fiction. These coins are still out there, and someone is finding them today. Stop everything for a second, because this is one of those coins that quietly ruins lives when people don't know what they're holding. If you've ever seen a wheat penny dated 1928 with a tiny D Mintmark, and it looked just a little worn, just a little old, just a little ordinary, that is exactly how a silent fortune slips through fingers. This is not a flashy coin. This is a dangerous hidden treasure. And people are spending it every single day without realizing they just threw away life-changing opportunity. Stay till the end, because one small detail on this coin changes everything. The year 1928 was not calm, not stable, not safe. America was standing on a financial fault line right before everything cracked. The economy looked strong on the surface, but underneath it was fragile, tense, stretched too thin. The banks were overconfident, money was tight for everyday people, and nobody knew that the biggest collapse in American history was just around the corner. When coins were struck during this moment, they weren't made with collector care. They were made to survive hard times. They were used, abused, spent fast and forgotten. That is exactly why surviving wheat pennies from this year are so rare, and why the Denver Mintmark turns this coin into a quiet monster. The Denver Mint in 1928 did not flood the streets with perfect coins. Production was limited, pressure was high, and quality control was not a priority. These pennies went straight into circulation, into rough hands, into hard wallets, into decades of wear. Most of them never made it past the Great Depression. They were spent on bread, on rent, on survival. They disappeared. They were lost. They were destroyed. And the few that survived in fine condition did so by pure accident. That's why collectors today treat this coin like a buried secret. Here's where it gets dangerous. Fine condition doesn't mean shiny. It doesn't mean pretty. It means honest wear with strong details still breathing underneath. Lincoln's face still clear, the wheat stalk still bold, the date still sharp, and that tiny D Mintmark sitting quietly like a loaded weapon. Many people see dirt and age and think it's worthless. That mistake destroys fortunes. Original toning matters. Natural wear matters. Cleaning this coin even once can erase tens of thousands of dollars in silent wealth. Do not clean this coin ever. The metal itself tells a story of survival. This coin was born when copper still mattered, when materials were meant to last, when coins had weight and presence. But that strength is also why people ignored it. They trusted it. They spent it. They didn't save it. True survivors in fine or better condition are hunted aggressively by collectors who understand exactly how rare this moment in history really is. Collectors don't talk loudly about this coin. They don't hype it. They quietly buy it, lock it away, and refuse to sell. Auction rooms go silent when a real one appears. Bidding doesn't start fast. It creeps, then suddenly it explodes. Because everyone in that room knows the same truth. This coin almost never comes back to the market once it's gone. Demand keeps climbing, supply keeps shrinking, and the people who own them are patient, because patience is golden in this world. Here's what collectors check immediately: the date spacing, the sharpness of the wheat lines, the texture of Lincoln's coat, the placement and strength of the D Mintmark. Tiny details that seem meaningless to normal people, but change everything for value. This is not fiction. Coins have been dismissed as pocket change, only to later be confirmed as authentic hidden fortunes by professional grading. And grading matters. Without it, people doubt. With it, the coin speaks for itself. And here's the number that makes people sick when they realize what they spent. In today's market, a genuine 1928 wheat penny with a D Mintmark in fine condition has reached around $75,000 in serious money. That is not loose change. That is silent fortune. That is life-changing wealth hiding in plain sight. And someone somewhere is spending one right now. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Do not rush to sell it raw. One bad decision destroys everything. The biggest mistake people make is impatience. The second biggest mistake is ignorance, and both are avoidable. What comes next is even bigger. The next coin on this list is rarer, harder to find, and even more dangerous to ignore. Collectors chase it harder, and fewer exist than most people will ever believe. Stay right here, because the next wheat penny makes this one look tame. You ever come across a wheat penny dated 1958 with a tiny D Mintmark? I need you to slow down immediately, because this is one of the most dangerous coins to ignore in all of American circulation. This is the kind of coin people laugh at, spend without thinking, and regret for the rest of their lives. It looks modern, it looks common, it looks like nothing. And that illusion is exactly how a silent fortune disappears. Stay with me till the end, because this coin's story gets darker, rarer, and more shocking the deeper you look. 1958 was not just another year. It was the final breath of an era. The wheat penny was about to vanish forever. America was changing fast. Industry was booming, money was moving, and the government was preparing to replace a design that had been in pockets for generations. When a design is about to end, something strange happens. Mints rush, mistakes increase, attention drops, and survival becomes rare. The Denver Mint was striking coins at full speed, not realizing that this would be the last year people would ever see wheat stalks on a U.S. cent. Once they were spent, nobody saved them. Nobody protected them. They were used hard and forgotten fast. That's why finding a 1958 D wheat penny in fine condition today feels almost unreal. These coins were born into a high-speed economy. Gas stations, diners, vending machines, daily spending. They were handled constantly. They were scraped, dropped, damaged, and destroyed. Most of them never had a chance to rest. Survival in decent condition was never part of the plan. And yet, a tiny number escaped destruction by pure luck, sitting quietly in drawers and jars while the world moved on. Here's where collectors lean forward in their chairs. The D Mintmark. Denver produced huge numbers, but that didn't matter. Quantity did not create survival. Time erased them, wear erased them, cleaning erased them, and fine condition examples with natural surfaces are brutally rare. Lincoln's portrait still showing strength, the wheat lines still visible and bold, the date clean and strong, and that mint mark sitting exactly where it should, not weak, not distorted. One wrong detail and the value collapses. One right detail and the coin becomes hidden wealth. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. Never try to make it shiny. Original toning is everything. Natural aging is what collectors pay for. Cleaning is how people unknowingly destroy quiet wealth. This is why professional grading changes lives. It turns doubt into certainty. It turns an ignored penny into serious money. Auction behavior around this coin is intense but quiet. These don't sit unsold. When one appears, collectors already know who they are competing with. Many buyers are long-term holders. They don't flip, they lock them away. Demand keeps climbing because this was the final year, the end of the line, the last chance to own a wheat penny struck for circulation. That emotional pull matters. History matters. Finality matters. This is not just about metal. It's about the end of a chapter in American pockets, the moment wheat disappeared and something modern replaced it. That emotional weight drives desire, and desire drives prices higher every year. People who understand this don't panic sell, they wait, because patience is golden. In today's market, a real 1958 wheat penny with a D Mintmark in fine condition has reached around $59,000 in serious money. Let that sink in. A coin people still throw into tip jars. A coin still hiding in circulation. A life-changing opportunity that most people don't even look at twice. Look closely at the date, the wheat, and that tiny D. One careless moment can erase a silent fortune. And what comes next is even more shocking. The next wheat penny on this list is scarcer, more mysterious, and far more dangerous to overlook. Collectors whisper about it. When it surfaces, it doesn't stay available long. Stay right here, because the next coin changes everything. If you ever see a wheat penny dated 1918 and you don't see a mint mark under the date, your heart should start pounding. Because this is one of those coins that quietly slips through hands and destroys fortunes without anyone realizing what just happened. This is not a loud coin. This is not an obvious coin. This is a silent predator hiding in plain sight. People spend it every day thinking it's just old change. And that mistake is how life-changing opportunity vanishes. Stay till the end, because this coin's story is darker, rarer, and more intense than most collectors ever admit. 1918 was chaos. America was deep in World War I. Everything was under pressure. The government needed metal, money, and speed. Factories were stressed. Workers were exhausted. Coins were not being made for beauty or preservation. They were made to move fast, to circulate hard, to support a nation at war. When a coin is born in conditions like that, survival becomes an accident, not a plan. And that's exactly why this no mint mark wheat penny is so dangerous to ignore. No mint mark means Philadelphia. And in 1918, Philadelphia was striking coins nonstop to feed a strained economy. These pennies went straight into pockets of soldiers, workers, families trying to survive rising prices and uncertainty. Inflation was real, wages were tight, pennies mattered. They were spent, reused, dropped, and worn down until they disappeared. Nobody saved them. Nobody thought about collectors. They were tools of survival, and most of them never made it out alive. That's why finding one in fine condition today feels unreal. Fine doesn't mean perfect. It means the coin fought through history and still shows strength. Lincoln's face still defined, the date still sharp and readable, the wheat stalks still standing strong instead of melting away. And the space where a mint mark would normally be, completely empty. That missing mint mark is not a flaw, it's a signal. It tells collectors exactly where and when this coin was born, and under what pressure. Here's where people make fatal mistakes. They see wear and think damage. They see darkness and think dirt. They clean it, they polish it, and in seconds they erase tens of thousands of dollars in hidden wealth. Never clean this coin. Original surfaces matter more than shine. Natural aging tells the story collectors are desperate to own. Professional grading is everything here, because this coin's value lives in authenticity and honesty, not appearance. The metal itself reflects the era. Strong, heavy, made before shortcuts and cost-cutting took over. But even that strength couldn't protect it from decades of circulation. Survival rates dropped every year. Wars end, economies change, and coins vanish. That's why collectors today chase this date relentlessly. Demand keeps rising because fewer and fewer real examples remain, especially in fine or better condition. Auction rooms change when this coin appears. People stop talking. Bids start slow, then climb aggressively. Many collectors don't even plan to sell. They buy and hold. They know history cannot be recreated. Once these are locked away, they don't come back. Patience is golden, and the people who own them understand that deeply. In today's market, a genuine 1918 wheat penny with no mint mark in fine condition has reached around $83,000 in serious money. Let that hit you. A penny. A coin people still ignore. A silent fortune that could change everything if recognized in time. Do not spend this coin. Check every 1918 wheat penny carefully. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Look at the details. 1 second of attention can protect life-changing wealth. One careless move can erase it forever. And what comes next is even bigger. The next coin on this list is rarer, more controversial, and even more valuable. It's the kind of wheat penny that causes arguments, disbelief, and bidding wars. Stay right here, because the next one makes this coin feel almost safe. If you ever spot a wheat penny dated 1948 and you notice there's no mint mark, and then you see strange green spots spreading across the surface, do not look away. Do not dismiss it. Do not spend it. This is one of the most misunderstood and accidentally destroyed hidden treasures in U.S. coin history. People see those green marks and panic. They think damage. They think trash. And that single wrong thought has erased more silent fortunes than almost any other wheat penny. Stay till the end, because this detail people fear is the exact reason this coin becomes dangerous wealth. 1948 was a tense year. America was coming out of war, but peace did not mean calm. The economy was unstable, prices were shifting, and the country was rebuilding fast. Money moved constantly. Coins were needed everywhere. The Philadelphia Mint, marked by no mint mark at all, was striking pennies non-stop to keep up with demand. These coins were never meant to be saved. They were born into motion, into pockets, into sweat, heat, and humidity. Survival was not expected. Circulation was brutal. And that's where the story turns. These pennies were copper-heavy, and copper reacts to the real world. Moisture, air, time. Those green spots people fear are not always damage. In many cases, they are natural copper reactions that took decades to form. To collectors, this original untouched surface tells a story no cleaning ever could. It proves the coin was never altered, never stripped, never destroyed by ignorance. That's why a 1948 wheat penny with no mint mark and natural green spotting in fine condition becomes a silent monster in the market. Most of these coins were cleaned, scrubbed, polished, ruined by people trying to make them look better. That's why true survivors with original surfaces are so rare. Fine condition here means the details are still alive. Lincoln's portrait still clear. The wheat stalk still strong. The date bold. And the surface untouched, even if it scares people who don't understand what they're holding. That fear is exactly how hidden wealth stays hidden. Collectors lean in hard on this coin. They check the texture, the color, the consistency of the green spotting. Artificial cleaning leaves scars. Natural aging leaves character. This detail changes everything. One wrong wipe destroys value forever. That's why professional grading is non-negotiable. It separates real silent fortune from ruined pocket change. Auction behavior around this coin is intense and emotional. When one appears with confirmed originality, bidding gets aggressive. Many collectors already missed their chance once and won't miss it again. Demand keeps climbing because supply keeps shrinking. These coins are being locked away, held, not flipped, not rushed, because patience is golden and history doesn't repeat itself. In today's market, a genuine 1948 wheat penny with no mint mark, natural green spots, and fine condition has reached around $68,000 in serious money. That's life-changing wealth hiding behind what most people call ugly. That's a quiet fortune people are literally throwing away. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Do not panic because of green spots. Those spots could be the very reason collectors want it. Check carefully. Handle gently. One mistake erases everything. And what comes next is the most shocking yet. The final coin on this list is rarer, more dangerous to ignore, and more explosive in value than anything we've talked about so far. This last wheat penny changes lives when found. Stay right here, because the next one is the one collectors fear missing forever. If you are still watching right now, this is the moment everything gets real. Because this coin right here is the one that people dream about finding and fear they already spent. A 1938 wheat penny with no mint mark looks harmless, ordinary, forgettable. And that is exactly why this coin is the most dangerous hidden treasure on this entire list. People spend it every day without hesitation, not knowing they just let a silent fortune slip away. Stay with me till the very end, because this final coin is bigger, rarer, and more life-changing than anything we've talked about so far. 1938 was not a normal year. America was standing at the edge of a massive shift. The Great Depression had scarred the nation deeply. Money was still tight. Trust was fragile. People were cautious, emotional, and exhausted. Every cent mattered. And nobody, not a single person, thought about saving pennies. Especially not wheat pennies. Because 1938 was the final full year before everything changed. The Lincoln cent design was about to move forward, and the wheat era was quietly closing its final chapter. Coins struck in moments like this carry weight, emotion, and rarity that can never be recreated. No mint mark means Philadelphia. And in 1938, that mint was under constant pressure to keep coins moving. These pennies were born straight into circulation. They paid for food, newspapers, bus rides, survival. They were touched by millions of hands, dropped, scratched, worn, and forgotten. Most of them never had a chance to rest. They were never pulled aside. They were never saved. And over time, they vanished. melted away by history and neglect. That's why a true 1938 wheat penny with no mint mark surviving in fine condition today feels almost impossible. Fine condition here doesn't scream at you, it whispers. Lincoln's face still has shape and strength. The wheat stalks still stand proud instead of melting into the surface. The date is clear and confident, and under the date, nothing. No letter, no mark, just empty space where collectors know exactly what to look for. That missing mint mark is not a flaw. It's a signature of origin, history, and pressure. This coin is especially dangerous because people underestimate it. They think late wheat pennies are common. They assume value only lives in earlier dates. That assumption has destroyed more hidden wealth than almost any cleaning cloth ever could. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. Never try to make it shiny. Original toning is everything. Natural wear is everything. Collectors chase this coin aggressively, but quietly. They don't brag. They don't hype. They buy and disappear. Auction rooms get tense when one appears. Bidding starts controlled, then suddenly jumps when realization hits the room. Because everyone knows the same truth. These coins do not come back once they're locked away. Demand keeps climbing, supply keeps shrinking, and the people who own them understand patience is golden. Tiny details matter here. The texture of Lincoln's coat, the clarity of the wheat lines, the spacing of the date, the surface consistency. One small detail changes everything. This is not fiction. Coins that look like pocket change have turned into confirmed hidden wealth after professional grading. Grading is not optional here. It turns disbelief into proof. It turns suspicion into serious money. In today's market, a genuine 1938 wheat penny with no mint mark in fine condition has reached around $91,000. Let that sit with you. A penny. A coin people still ignore. A life-changing opportunity hiding in plain sight, being spent, lost, and erased every single day. Do not spend this coin. Check every 1938 wheat penny you see. Look carefully. Handle gently. Do nothing fast. One careless second can destroy a fortune. One patient decision can change everything. And this is where it ends and begins. If you watch this entire list, you now know what most people never will. Hidden treasure is real. Silent fortunes are real. Life-changing wealth is hiding in circulation right now. People are losing it every day. Don't be one of them. Check your change. Share this video and stay connected because the next list we uncover will be even more shocking, even rarer, and even more dangerous to ignore.